Hello, Quinn Donovan here, Life Transformational Advisor. I am here today to share with you part 2 of the Journey to Self Freedom series. Today I am talking about taking back control. Now, what does that mean? What does that mean, taking back control? Like, you're probably thinking, oh, I have control of my life, right? Like, oh, I'm in control. But are you really? Are you really in control? What are your thoughts that you're thinking? Do you allow yourself to think negatively? Do you buy in and feed into those thoughts that come in? How often are you having thoughts of positivity, thoughts of self-care, thoughts of self-love? Or are you having thoughts of, oh, I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy, or I'm not good looking enough, or I'm overweight, or, oh, I guess I just don't have that kind of luck, or I'm an unlucky person. Like, I can tell you that your thoughts, what you think about yourself, is the root to how you actually feel about yourself. Like, the thoughts that you think about yourself is what is then mirrored out into the world. So if you're having thoughts of, I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy, I'm not attractive enough, I don't deserve whatever, that's exactly what you're gonna get. That's exactly what you're going to feel. You're gonna feel not enough. You're gonna feel not worthy. You're gonna feel not attractive. You're gonna feel less than. You're gonna feel lack. So when I mean taking back control, it's taking control of what's happening in between your ears here, what is happening in your thoughts, in your mind. Because the thoughts that you have are then controlling your feelings, your emotions. So if you're having thoughts of, I'm not enough, I'm not worthy, I'm not valued, I'm not attractive, I'm undeserving, you're going to create feelings of stress, feelings of unworthiness, feelings of lack, feelings of not being good enough. Like, you say, let's say, for instance, you wanted to get a certain job, but if you already feel that you are not enough or you're undeserving of this job and this position, you're not going to get it because you're already resisting those feelings of deserving. You're already resisting that you're not good enough for the job, or you don't deserve it because you don't have the credentials, you don't have the education, you don't have the experience, right? So then your thoughts, your feelings then create your actions or lack of action. So if you have those negative feelings about yourself and what you are deserving of or undeserving of, those are going to lead to your actions, which, if you're having those negative thoughts, most likely they lead to no action. You stay in the cycle of those thoughts because the fear doesn't want you to leave, doesn't want you to believe in yourself. The fear of whatever it is that you feel like you deserve or think you deserve, it doesn't want you to have it. So when you are taking back control of your feelings, it stems from your thoughts. So your thoughts cause your feelings, and then your feelings cause your actions. So if you're a confident person and you love yourself and you believe in yourself and you praise yourself, you're then going to go take confident action. You're going to then go and take the steps that you need to take to reach that goal or that dream or the desire that you have. So then with your actions and the way that you're feeling will then determine what your results are. Then it will determine what your situation is or your circumstances are. So figuring out, becoming aware of those thoughts that you have mostly about yourself. How are you really feeling about yourself? I know for a fact, and I've experienced this myself, is that, growing up, we weren't ever taught to think about ourselves. Like, we weren't ever taught to give ourselves the tender love and care that we need to really live authentically and flourish in this life. We were taught to put everything else before us. All the outside stuff is what comes first, and maybe at the end of the day, there's no time for us. And then we feel drained, and then we feel unsatisfied, and we feel not enough, or there's not enough time, or there's not enough me to go around to support all this stuff outside of me. And I felt that was kind of terrible, that growing up, we weren't taught how to love ourselves. We were so focused on loving other people and taking care of other people and putting other people and things before us that no wonder we were so drained and depressed and sad and just miserable, because we never were taught how to do that. And so that is something that I teach people. I teach people how to love themselves, how to become aware of their thoughts, how to become aware of those feelings and emotions. And then based on that, that will determine the actions that you take, which then will give you a result. Like, no matter what, you are going to create a result. You're either going to be doing it by default or you're going to do it by design. And by designing your result, that means becoming aware of your thoughts. What are those thoughts that you're thinking about yourself? It don't matter what you're thinking about anybody else outside of you. It's what you feel and think about yourself, which then goes to your feelings and emotions. Feelings and emotions are like waves. They flow in and they flow out. There's an ebb and flow, ebb and flow. And being able to recognize what those feelings are and the emotions of where they're coming from, because they're stemming from something. There's something that our body, that our mind, that our spirit is telling us that we need to look within. There's some feelings within us that need to be dealt with. They need to be recognized and accepted and then released, so then we can be open to those new experiences, those new feelings. Most of the time, we don't want to feel anything that we haven't felt before, and it's uncomfortable. It is, and I experience it all the time. I have uncomfortable feelings coming and going within me, and I have to question, like, okay, where is this coming from? What are the thoughts that I'm thinking that are causing these feelings? And if it's causing a negative feeling, or if I'm not taking action on something, I have to look and see what those thoughts that I'm thinking and what the feelings are that are arising, that I then need to recognize and accept in order for me to take the action that I need to take that will serve my higher good. So when I talk about taking back control, that is taking control of your thoughts. That is reconditioning, repatterning your subconscious to believe in what it is that is serving your highest good, what is authentically wanting to come out of you, what is your spirit, your being, your energy wanting to express. And when you feel a lot of that resistance, that means that there's some undealt with or unmet feelings and thoughts that are surfacing that are wanting to allow you to accept and recognize them and let them go. And that is something that I teach in the Journey to Self Freedom Masterclass. You may have heard me talk about before, it was a Freedom to Yourself Masterclass, but now I am calling it Journey to Self Freedom, because it is a journey. you don't just recognize what it is that you're feeling and thinking right off the bat. These are things that you have to consistently be present to, consistently be aware of, consistently work on, and change them for the better, for your highest good. So when I mean taking back control, it's taking back the thoughts from negativity, or what the media is feeding you, or what society's feeding you, or what other people are feeding you. And then it's recognizing what those feelings are, those thoughts that are creating your feelings and those emotions, which then will cause your results, which will then lead you to, not your results, your actions, which will then lead you to what actions you take or actions you don't take, because you are creating a result. And the result all comes from here, in your head, in your thoughts. So Journey to Self Freedom is about taking control of your thoughts, of your feelings, and controlling the actions that you take, which then result in a result, in the dream, in the goal that you set out to accomplish, or set out to live, or set out to be. So that is what I wanted to share with you today for part 2 of the journey to self-discovery, is taking back control. And that's in your thoughts, which lead to your feelings, which then lead to your actions and creates a result. So thank you so much for joining me on part 2. I will be having part 3, which will go into more detail of what the Journey to Self Freedom Masterclass entails. And that will be on Friday, May 21st at 6 a.m. And it's going to really open your eyes, I hope, to what's really going on within you. Do you really have control of your life? And if you are someone that wants to take control and wants to do better and serve your highest good and live authentically, make sure and join me for part 3 of the Journey to Yourself Masterclass. So thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to sharing another video with you that will entail what the Journey to Your Self Freedom Masterclass has to offer you. Thank you so much, and I'll see you then.